I'm talking like Matt Damon. This is how Matt Damon talks. He would say, hey, welcome to every film in the book. This week, we're talking about The Departed.
Terrible.
No,
Still
dude,
terrible.
You go The Departed.
It's so bad.
It's not.
The Departed.
Welcome to The Departed.
Was that it? Or-
Departed. Like if he shot for the moon,
He's so
landed
random
among
on
the
the
stars, you overshot the moon by like,
By, like,
150
millions.
light years.
What do you mean 100?
Billions.
That's not even a measurement of time, dude.
No, it's a distance that they use time to calculate. Jesus Christ, dude.
No, dude, time is irrelevant.
Jesus Christ.
I learned that out of
From Interstellar.
Yeah.
Next week on the podcast, Interstellar.
The only thing that transcends time, Michael, is love. We learned that from Anne Hathaway.
That doesn't even do it.
Can you hear my book?
You gotta be able to.
A little bit.
If your kid doesn't have a bookshelf, you're fucked.
What do you mean if... Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't think
can't
any-
You know what I
Anyway.
mean? Like,
binary
that,
code.
so lucky she had a bookshelf.
The only thing that I really made any note of,
Uh-huh.
which I'm just mentioning it now to see if it's even... Oh, there's the penis.
What?
Michael drew a
Oh,
penis.
why?
It's a droopy penis. The only thing I made comment of
I was
really
gonna draw a hard one. That would
was
have been weird.
So you
That would have
drew
been
a-
inappropriate. Why would I
is that
draw
like
a
a
hard dick?
self-portrait or it's that
No.
small?
Oh, Michael.
The only thing I wrote down, when did this movie come out?
2006.
Oh, okay. I was like, I liked the in the beginning there's that one shot where someone gets shot in the head from behind and it's like
Just sitting there.
It's just
I think
the
you
camera's
just like
static.
watching people get shot.
well, no, it's just like I didn't know it looked kind of old. I was like, is this like really early, like 2000, 2001?
But the old look
Um,
looks decent though.
well, no, I was just gonna say that whatever effects they did to have the blood go was like pretty.
Yeah, because it wasn't like I feel like a lot of
Like I don't know if it was practical.
it's just way too much, and it's like, all right, we get it. You shot him. That was
Yeah.
like artsy but subtle.
Oh my God, my voice sounds amazing. Michael,
What?
you getting in on this voice?
No.
Hey, Michael.
No.
Normally people pay extra for me to sound like this.
Nobody pays extra, Steve.
Dude, I wish I could do a really good Boston accent so I could do the intro like a Boston.
You could do it.
Oh God! All right, how do you do it?
Boston.
Well, it depends
Just
on
say
if you say any
Boston.
words that have the accent or not.
Yeah. How
Welcome
do you say
to every film in the
lore,
book.
Lore.
What do you say?
I'm trying to say law, but like Matt Damon said it like law.
It's against the fucking law.
The law.
The law.
Law.
It's like you have a really bad speech impediment.
Law.
Law.
Law. There's like an R in there a little bit. There's like
Just
law.
law.
It's New England accent.
Yeah,
I've heard a few.
I think Boston is the Cockney of America.
Yeah, I mean it's
I
got
thought
a
you
way
thought
more
that New
Irish
York
influence.
was the Cockney.
Well, New York is the Cockney of America, but Boston.
It's 100% Boston.
No,
They're
no,
literally
no,
the
no,
Fighting
no, no, no.
Irish, you stupid
No.
fuck. The Celtics is
Oh
the
my
basketball
God.
team.
No.
Steve!
No.
Steve!
No.
They're literally called the Boston Celtics.
No. They're called the Boston Leprechauns.
That's just racist.
It's not racist
It's-
if that's what the name is.
It's 100%
All right,
racist.
speaking of racism, this movie is kind of racist. For 2006?
For the
But they're not making a movie about nice people.
I'm just saying, like, did they have to use the hard R? I mean,
Well,
it was a
wasn't
Boston accent, so it wasn't that hard.
it wasn't
say
even a
with a
hard
lar.
The R was replaced with an A anyway. So.
They sound like pirates. They're just.
I'm serious.
Is that how
was
you
way,
spell Wahlberg?
Yeah.
It's
Wahlberg.
It's
bird.
WALH?
Yeah.
Wow. RG.
Wow.
Wow.
Wahlberg.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Wahlberg. Wow. He's got that Boston accent. Wow.
It's Mac Wahlberg.
It's Mac Wahlberg.
Mac Wahlberg. Oh, yeah.
Mac Wahlberg. Are you guys enjoying this? I know I am. Sorry, that was my message to the people listening at home. If anybody ever listens to this ever. Yeah, you get up real close into their ear holes. It's almost like ASMR. You're just like,
let's not be those people.
I had the most delicious rice this morning. I mean this evening. You don't eat rice for breakfast. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I guess that's what porridge is. Anyway, welcome to Every Film in the Book. This is take number 7 for our intro, the ASMR version.
Thinner oatmeal, isn't it? Porridge?
No, porridge is just oatmeal.
Guys, I think we have a podcast. If we just end it here.
Yeah, no, dude. Seriously, we could just...
All right, good job.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we use the guise of the departed. Oh, sorry. The departed.
The departed.
We gotta say it right if we're going to talk about this. It's the departed. What was his name? The departed. Miles Kennefic.
They made it a point to put the title of the movie in the movie, which had never been done before.
That's how you know it's a good movie.
But I still appreciated it just as much. And it was done good, if not more tastefully than a lot of other movies.
And it wasn't just The Departed.
Yeah, he didn't say...
Like
there was a whole message, and it was just in there.
Yeah. He really put emphasis on departed.
The Departed.
Is that
They
what
did
that-
capitalize the D, and I was like, why didn't they capitalize the D?
In my opinion, the D should always be capitalized.
Michael, we saw the picture that you drew. Your D is nowhere near
It's
capitalized.
like this
It's a
big.
small notebook. I didn't have enough paper to work with.
So you're saying if I magnify the image, it gets
So
bigger?
you're saying your dick
magnify
is
anything,
longer
it
than
gets
this?
bigger.
There's no way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you pack in there?
How?
A 45-foot snake in your pants?
No, that's not 45 feet. Give me that. Give me that.
I don't want you to
go
hold it up
measure
to
that.
your penis.
You crochet shit. You got something to measure it with. Go measure it.
Welcome to the podcast where we're measuring dicks all
Yeah,
of a
and Michael's
sudden.
gonna be like, yeah, I got 9.5 inches.
No,
Totally.
No,
It's on recorded record.
It's not. It's
Nobody
not
can prove you
9
wrong,
and a
Michael.
half. You
9
never,
and a half.
You never.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
and a
he's
half.
giving himself another
Look,
half
if you
inch. I don't like
oversell
this.
and underperform, it's worse. So you undersell and overperform.
So you're saying it's bigger than 9.5?
No, I'm saying
So
I'm
I'm a
not
little
telling them it's 9.5. I'm telling them I'm a solid 4.5 if I'm having a good day, and
Okay.
then when it's not 4.5, but also not 9.5, they're still excited about it.
You tell girls you have a
So it's
4
like a consolation prize.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, at least
I'd be
it's
like,
not 4
You bring it up when you're chatting, dicking around. Somebody says something,
5, at least.
and it's just like, no, I'm 4.5 on a good day, and everybody thinks it's funny. Blah blah blah.
And then it turns out
You
you
get
have
back
a
to the
micro
bedroom.
penis.
Turns out it's not 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's
my
how
goodness,
much?
you're hilarious. This is way bigger than you said. I'd rather hear the words way bigger than not as big as you said.
All right.
Come on.
I guess that makes
Been
sense.
digging around for about 30 minutes.
That's the
now.
magic of editing. We can literally just be assholes for 3 hours and then have awesome
Yeah,
shit.
we're really fortunate to have digital equipment, and we're not
Yeah, I ain't
fucking
trying to fuck
recording
with
on
those
tape.
switches
Yeah,
and dials.
but guess who's got to sit through it?
Who? Yeah.
This
yeah.
guy.
Hey, Steve, that's why when you're like, hey, you should be on a podcast. Hey, I'm not doing anything other than showing up and talking.
That's fair.
And
You
Steve was
could
like,
clap.
yeah, we want you there.
Into the microphone to hopefully, like, you know, if you
Yeah,
make
see
one
where that
big
line is?
spike,
What does that do?
just
It'll
tells
let
them
me know where I'm at
yeah.
physically. Be like, all right, where the snap is. I
Oh,
know
we're
s-
making cues in the...
Yeah, watch
In
this.
the-
Right here is where I'm going to call Michael a pussy. Michael, you're a pussy.
Here's, right before I cut Steve's balls off. Hey, Steve, I'm going to cut your balls off.
Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you, Danielle, for the sound effect.
I couldn't do the same thing. I can't just mimic Steve. That's like being retarded on purpose.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Like I haven't said worse things to you, Steve.
Yeah, that's true. Has it been the first minute? Can I put in the word retarded?
No, you have to edit it so there's always a minute of non-swearing.
No, anytime you curse, I'm going to put in the sound effect of a goat, like...
Taking it in the ass.
Yeah.
Use that
Yeah,
clip.
hold on. I need a isolated version. Get right up on there.
You want me to?
Yeah. Give me a good goat.
See,
Said
you
anything?
can't laugh immediately. You need a clean bite at the end.
All right, hold on.
Bite at the end.
All
You can't have the waves.
Not as close. Like maybe
You
do it
said
like-
get up in there.
Do it like
So,
8
like,
inches further.
right about here. And then give me a nice...
It needs to be louder. You softened your voice when he just wanted you to change distance.
That was
Almost
bad.
there. Almost there. A little louder. A little sharper, but same volume.
All right, I have to envision the goat.
Yeah, imagine a goat is in the room. How would you communicate
Picture
to
the
it?
goat. The goat just asks you how you're doing, and you're trying out how to say it back in his language.
Okay,
That's where I need you to be right now.
I'm trying to be there.
Can you
Michael.
tell? Are you there?
I see the goat.
Well,
I'm in
Is
a
it
green
eating
pasture.
grass?
Yes, I was just gonna say I'm in a green pasture.
if
Green
you can
pastures,
see the
okay.
goat,
Yeah, yeah.
Visualize the goat.
Okay.
talk to the goat.
It's got a goatee.
No, that's you can't.
Goats have a goatee.
She
They
needs
have a
to see
goat.
it. You can't tell her what to see, Steve.
No, he's definitely got. He's got
Yeah, he's
little
got a
horns
goatee.
or whatever.
A goat.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
It was perfect.
Oh my
Is that
word!
it?
That's perfection.
Was
Sign her up
that
for
it?
the
Okay.
You know,
I'm
Steve, I really
so
think it
good
was the
at acting.
coaching. I think it was the
I
coaching.
think we helped.
I really think we help her get there.
Yeah. No.
You know, at the start, she was doing a wonderful job, but I could tell the goat really wasn't there with her.
Yeah. Yeah. No. She.
Like, for
I
that
closed.
last one?
Did you see me? I closed my eyes.
With the last one, the goat was
Honestly,
there, Steve. I could even see the
I
goat.
could see your
I could even
soul
see the goat.
floating above you
in
too
the
much.
form
in
of
the form of a goat.
Too much, Steve. It was funny the way we had it.
I think
I could see
I
your
think I
goat
elevated.
form
Now
soul.
use that. Wait, hold on.
Welcome to the Departed.
The
Departed.
departed.
The Departed. We're talking like Boston's today because it is The Departed.
The departed with
The
Mac
Departed.
Wahlberg and
With
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo.
He's such an Irish guy. He's an Irish bug. Look at Leonardo. Bet you,
yeah.
guess what? He didn't win an Oscar for this.
Wow.
You want to know why?
It's a shame.
He didn't act good enough.
Yeah.
It's because he fucking
what happened.
sucks. Sorry,
That's-
am I allowed to curse you?
I don't care.
That's what it was. He wasn't
I'll
a good
replace
enough
it with the
actor.
goat sound.
Yeah.
You have to use it just so people know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so just so everyone knows at home, Leonardo DiCaprio has been snubbed for Oscars every time he's acted in a movie up until The Revenant.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie, he didn't really act. He mainly just got the shit kicked out of him. And they were like, all right, dude, you literally slept inside of a bear. We'll just give it to you at this point. But up until then, he's like, even in this movie, when he's acting like a freaking panicked mess and like at his wit's end every point of this movie, once he goes undercover, like they don't give it to him then.
Yeah,
But-
he gave a really good performance. Like, you know, you look at some of his other movies and you're like, he's a charming, fun guy. But it's really cool to see an actor do something that's like, you know, maybe not what he always does. Like, you want to give him a friggin' award for Titanic, but like...
Well, I mean, he got to have sex in a car in that movie.
That's true.
So, I mean,
Everyone
Give
has that
him an ass,
opportunity,
dude.
Steve. It's not award worthy.
Yeah.
Everyone
give
has
him an
that
award for that.
opportunity.
And it was scripted, so...
Dude, he died because some girl didn't let him on a door. Like, give him an award for that.
Well, in this movie, he dies in a different way.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head and
Spoiler
everybody
alert.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we didn't get to the end yet, but if you haven't seen this movie that's from 2006, I mean, can't really blame me for
Then
spoiler
Go
alerts.
fuck yourself.
Yeah. That's what we learned from this movie. Go
No,
fuck yourself.
no, you shoot everyone in the head.
Yeah, shoot
Yeah.
everyone
and
in
hope
the
you
head.
survive.
Yeah, so I have never seen this movie before, and Michael and Steve both have. So I'm coming in with a fresh perspective, and they're coming in with, we've seen this before, and kind of know what's going on. So I'm gonna just the whole time be really confused and be like, wait, that's what that meant? Just fair warning.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
What?
Do you have any questions of what, like, things you were confused on? Like, maybe we can help you.
Well, so when I started watching this movie,
Like, at least before we get into it, like,
it was a bit confusing.
Okay.
Tempo-wise, because
Right.
I kind of thought in the beginning, I don't remember what happened. So, Damon gets
Matt Damon.
Yeah,
yes.
what's his character's name?
That is Colin.
Yeah,
Colin.
so he grows up and
Yeah,
he
so
knows
well, here
Frank
we'll get into the beginning a little bit.
the only thing
We
I was
could
gonna
answer
say
questions
was
first.
after that,
Okay, so he's growing up.
and he becomes a cop and everything. That
Yeah.
all made sense. For some reason, I thought something went back in time. I thought we were jumping back. I didn't realize how like sped up the movie is.
The thing is, I was actually going to bring that up later.
Yeah.
So he when we'll get to this part in more detail, but like when they're under the bridge and like Leo punches Mark Wahlberg and he's like, "Oh, I've been doing this for a year, like all this stuff," but it doesn't seem like it's actually been a year. And then when Vera Farmiga's character is talking to Leo, she's like, "Oh, I've been dating Matt Damon for 4 months." So I'm like, maybe there is like some time jumps, because if Leo's been undercover for a year, but Matt Damon's only been dating her for 4 months.
I thought they started dating later though.
No, the
I can't
undercover
remember.
counts his
like
arrest,
his
jail time, probation,
Oh,
then
okay,
getting
okay.
in.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's been
Yeah.
it took him
Alright,
a
so
year
that
to
makes
get
more
in
sense.
to where he's working for him.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's been a year since he's like, and I think that's why they showed his story. They filmed showing you what he did in that year in the same way.
Right.
So it was all the shorter clips of like walking into jail, doing
And then he
bits
was
in
out of jail. I
out
thought
of
there was
jail.
going to be a moment in jail,
And
but
then-
there wasn't.
Yeah. No, it was just
Then
kind of
they
like
show
that
you-
quick scene in jail.
They show you the whole drawn out process of him getting the opportunity
Right.
to work for him, and then they go back to the short clips of him beating the fuck out of somebody, shooting that guy in the knee with the firecracker. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
That guy
right,
gets
right.
killed,
Right.
and then you
Well,
know,
yeah,
it was all shot like in the same style.
Right.
Yeah, and it took me a minute to pick up on that. Like, oh, this is what the movie is. It's just like a clip in time, and then they cut a couple of weeks, and then another clip in time, and then it's been another couple months. Like, it's a little bit like weird to get used to that at first because it's just very fast paced.
I think they used the scale of, Jack Nicholson dealing with another country's government, because they said it's like that's whatever's government guys here,
Right.
and he ultimately sells them something fake or whatever, but that's kind of a nod towards his FBI status, because the FBI status is kind of like maybe they're trying to get stuff on those guys, so he did that fake deal with them to get them on American soil type thing, because Costello's an FBI rat.
Right.
So a whole bunch of stuff like that was also in the same like scene as some of the other stuff, and I feel like they did a lot of assuming you knew what was going on,
Right.
when they
Yeah.
knew at the start your first watch you're not going to get everything.
Yeah, because like there was
So it's
there was
almost like
stuff
they
I was
made it.
noticing like this watch that like I said I didn't even notice. Like there's two characters that are beaten up later on in the movie, and we find them dead. I never realized like
they
were
guys
planning
that-
those bodies
Yeah.
to kind of draw attention away from the other guys.
Right. Yeah, it's really one of those movies that, they're covering so much that,
yeah.
they can't waste much time in one area.
It's the whole lives of like
Yeah, like
four people.
It
Right.
almost seems like this movie takes place over. It seems like at least 2 years.
That's what it feels like.
Oh yeah, and an operation like that, and
Yeah.
back in the day when they did operations like that, it would take years
Mhm.
to build a case, and I think
It's
they
just
showed that
kind
a
of crazy
little bit.
because DiCaprio's got a good point. At one point in the movie, he's just like, He's like, yeah, like you saw the guy murder her, and like you saw him do this, and you saw him do
Yeah.
that. Like, why can't we take him in on that? Like, he's got a point. Like, why can't you arrest the guy on murder
Well, I think
when you clearly have evidence that he murdered somebody?
if you can take down, the guy and the whole organization, then you
Right.
stop, the organization from having its brain just in prison, because like it still gets
Right.
ran like
Yeah, I
that. So
guess
if they
that
can
makes
pull
sense.
the top guys all at once, because they'd rather arrest 12 guys than just one or whatever.
I learned that's called oh god, what's it called? A racket case from The Dark Knight.
A racket case.
No, what's it called?
Oh, let him work it out.
No, hold on. I
Let
got
him
this.
work it out.
No, because they do it in The Dark Knight.
Rico.
And Rico. Yes.
yeah.
Haha. Rico Suave.
The only mention, like, so Rico is the money. Is it so like I do illegal stuff, you do illegal stuff, Danielle does illegal stuff.
Just for the record, we don't do illegal stuff.
No, we 100% do. We do this, and we're telling it and recording it on purpose.
Every film in the book does not endorse criminal activity.
Kinda. So if we pull our,
The views of the show do not reflect those who are giving them.
that's a standard. It's 2022. That has to be a standard nowadays. There's always
Put it in
has
the
to be an out.
description.
Michael
Yeah,
does
yeah.
bad things. Save
Steve,
us.
just put it in the description.
Jesus
Mike, what
Christ.
were you saying?
Trying to get a fucking sentence out here.
Steve had too much to drink already.
Oh my word.
So, Michael, what were you saying?
Someone remind me of what I was saying.
I don't know, because Steve distracted us.
Terrible. Bad Steve.
All right, so
Steve.
Bad Steve.
Oh no. Hold
so
on,
are
hold
we
on,
even
play it
gonna talk about the plot at all? Or are we just gonna assume that everybody knows what's going on here?
2006. Everyone's
I mean,
seen this movie.
we could like touch on like some of the major stuff that happened because like again this movie's back from 2006. Like,
Right. Can
I'd
you
say
give
it's a
me?
very
Can you give me like a 5-minute or less, just overarching, very
5 minutes
vaguely
Somebody time me.
description.
I got this.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
go?
So we're following two characters. We follow Matt Damon. We follow Leonardo DiCaprio. They're both under the command of Jack Nicholson. He's the main bad guy of the movie. We also have Martin Sheen playing the main like head good guy in the movie. All right. So they both, Matt Damon and DiCaprio, want to become cops. So they both become cops. One goes the good route and ends up becoming an undercover cop, while the other one goes the bad route and becomes a rat informant for the
But
Irish mob.
He was groomed.
He was
by
groomed
the bad
as a
guy
kid.
to do that.
Right. I may miss some details in my quick little 5-minute
That's
rant.
okay.
important.
All right. So DiCaprio goes undercover. He infiltrates Jack Nicholson's gang, well, Irish gang, and they're all like, "Oh, hoity-toity-toity," and blah 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 blah. And then Matt Damon's all like, "Hey, I'm a Boston cop. I'm gonna rise through the ranks because that Jack Nicholson is telling me everything that I need to know for everything and ever and always because he's also a rat." Everybody's rats in this movie. That should honestly be the whole synopsis.
King
this
of the
movie.
rats.
Everybody's a rat. So as the movie progresses, we start finding out that everything's kind of coming undone. Each group starts figuring out, oh, there's a rat in this department, there's a rat in the mob, there's a rat in the FBI, there's a rat in this. Everybody's a fucking rat. It's annoying. So, everything starts unraveling. DiCaprio starts getting almost like panicky and psychotic, and you think he's going to get caught, and then you think Matt Damon's going to get caught because he's trying to find the rat in his office, and then
And Mark Wahlberg's in there jerking his dick off.
yeah, Mark Wahlberg shows up for just our awesome one-line comedy relief. I love Mark Wahlberg in this movie. He's the best. And then
Not important to the plot. Continue.
Keep going.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
okay, so they get convinced that Leonardo DiCaprio's not the rat, so Jack Nicholson starts trusting him again, but he's still kind of losing his mind because he's still getting information like leaked on him, and all of his plans start falling apart. Matt Damon just decides, oh, I'm gonna take the easy way out. I'm gonna sell everybody under the bus and just kind of cut myself clean and hope nobody knows that I was the informant for Costello and his group, which is Jack Nicholson. So whole movie comes to an end, big shootout, And Jack Nicholson gets shot, and he's like, "Hey, motherfucker, I was, telling everybody in the FBI about all you guys anyway, so it doesn't really matter." And then Matt Damon's like, "I think I can get away with this scot-free." And DiCaprio's like, "Nah, I got all this evidence. I'll take you down." And then it ends on a big dramatic scene on a rooftop, and everybody's screaming, and everybody's mad, and then everybody's a rat, and then
everyone
15
dies.
people get shot, and then the movie's done.
Yeah.
The
ending's
only correction,
Yes.
Steve.
How was
the
that
only
for a quick
correction,
off the cuff?
The only correction is Costello didn't tell the FBI about Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Costello's lawyer gave the tapes to DiCaprio.
Right.
So that's the only thing that.
All right. So overall, do you think I hit the plot?
And the whole thing is about fake computer chips. Like that's what everyone's
that
fighting
doesn't
over.
have anything.
Yeah, no. So I think the computer chips were kind of just like a plot device that they were just like, we need something for mobsters
But they
to
just
sell.
they tied it in with them being fake,
Right.
Because he's a FBI informant and nobody knew that.
Right, but I'm just saying to all the characters, what was on the line was fake computer chips.
Yeah, because they were afraid.
That's all.
Well, they just served as something big enough, worthy of taking him down because murder wasn't enough. So here's something.
That's
enough.
why they wouldn't take him
they were
down.
like, oh, he murdered a guy. Okay, well, we need to shut the whole operation down. This is bigger than this.
Right.
Well, catching everybody involved in that's big enough to put everybody away for life because that's international arms dealing. And they take that a little more seriously than cocaine.
Yeah, well, cocaine tears
to
families apart.
Yeah, ballistic
lives
missiles
apart.
literally tear families apart.
Nah, dude, ballistic missiles.
They literally tear flesh from bone. But yeah.
Okay, well, if we're doing the literal sense of it, yeah, I guess you're right. No, but what is it? Speaking of with all the rats in this movie, I honestly forgot that Matt Damon's partner was also a rat.
I was confused on that.
Everybody is a rat in this movie.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why Costello paused when he was in the front loader bucket.
Right.
When he got shot the first time while he was in the car. I think that's why he paused and he said, I'm pretty sure he said, I never told the FBI about any of you. I think it was like can be taken singular but can be used plural, I think is what he used. And it kind of lets you know it's like he was a smart guy. They made it a point to tell us that he was 70.
Right.
So he's not a spring chicken. So he's been doing this shit. If he's been doing it his whole life, he's been doing it since he was probably a late teenager. Let's say he was 20 and he's 70. He's been doing it for 50 years.
Right.
So there's that's plenty of time to groom two people till they're 25. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like this isn't the first guy he's done it. But it kind of seemed like Matt Damon was the first guy he liked because at the end he was like, "What is this? You're telling me I've been like a son to you?"
Yeah.
So I feel like he's done it before, but this time it meant something to him. And that's why it hurt so much more. And I think maybe that's why they had him shoot him a second time.
Right.
First because it was funny, and also it's like you broke his heart, and now you're gonna do it a bunch more.
Well, yeah. So I kind of want to keep track. So there was the FBI informant that we met in the beginning, who was in on that boardroom meeting. He was a Costello informant from the FBI. You had Matt Damon. He was the Special Investigation Unit rat.
Well, we see him go from
so he basically is everything for Costello.
Being picked to do the internal investigation to find the rat.
Right.
So he made it up there pretty good.
And then Matt Damon's partner that he rose up through the academy with was also a rat. And then, God, how many others were rats? Do you think Alec Baldwin was a rat? I don't want Alec Baldwin to be a
He
rat.
didn't reveal anything.
He didn't really say nothing.
I liked him.
But
he
was good, yeah.
I think I'm mostly confused on wait, so who's the good guys and who's the bad guys again?
I think
I think the
this movie
only
was
truly good person was Captain Queen in the Martin Sheen character. Like, he truly was just like he was trying to get DiCaprio out. He was
sacrificed
trying
himself
to help
to
him.
save him. He's like, I can't
He was
cover for
the
you if you're
only one
here.
who was actually good.
Right.
Like I kind of liked Mark Wahlberg, but he was really pushing buttons with people.
And at the end, you kind of go, okay, so he wasn't straight and narrow.
Yeah,
either.
no,
Yeah.
and like he's the one who ends up killing Matt Damon at the end of the movie, but like the only one who was truly straight and narrow throughout the whole thing, I think, was Captain Queenan, or at least. But like, even DiCaprio did some bad stuff.
We even saw him bend a little bit when he was like, touching DiCaprio, reassuring him,
right.
Hey, like, I need a little longer.
Yeah,
do it for me, kid.
Yeah,
like you could definitely see DiCaprio, trusted him, and he
even
he
Wahlberg broke
to
his iron curtain or whatever, and was like, no bullshit, just a little bit
longer.
longer.
Like, we need your help. Like, you're the only one.
Because at the end of the day, they all were still trying to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like how they showed the amount of tension between them to like King of Blows, because there's no way you could have that level of stress, between the cops that are working in the building. They're stressed. They're trying to catch this.
Right.
They're trying to catch the bad guys. They're trying to do their job, and they have pressure from their higher up saying, we need to break up this, organized crime.
Right.
So they have that kind of stress, and then the guy undercover has to have an insane amount of stress to do that.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely did
they
a great job for all of the characters, like really personifying like the amount of stress and like anxiety these guys are going through.
For sure. Because it wasn't a normal situation, but it wasn't that far-fetched of a story either.
Right.
Like, you can really, like, that 100% happened.
Right.
Like the double cross. Like, that 100% happened.
Wait, is
It's
it
completely
double
believed.
cross, quadruple cross?
Well, because Matt Damon...
Crisscross applesauce, maybe?
Because Matt Damon, when he's in bed with his girlfriend there, and she's maybe Anu said he's better, then he kind of sets up his downfall. He's trying to get out and trying to be done with it.
Yeah.
But it ends
And
up
I mean, he
fucking
even
him.
says to her, like, if anyone's going to get out of this, like, you need to get out.
Right.
So it's like he's almost like admitting guilt. Like, yeah, no, I know I'm going down for this. Like, you might as well leave me while you can before, feelings get cut.
She probably stayed in it because she didn't want to move to a different city and not have DiCaprio there every once in a while.
Yeah,
That's true. They were
dude,
fucking.
She's
on
a
the
little
side.
whore.
Dude, when you're hitting
Dirty little
DiCaprio on the side,
If DiCaprio, if he's
Dude.
your side piece,
if
And
I
then
I could hit DiCaprio on the side, I'd deal with Matt Damon.
Right, but like also they just vaguely hinted at like the wedding, but like you don't see them get engaged, and I was confused. I was like, wait, did they get engaged? Because she's a whore.
Well, and that's the other
Fucking
thing.
Leo on the
like,
side.
well, she said she had to make a choice.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I think not DiCaprio, but Matt Damon is having some penis problems.
Yeah, they like vaguely imply that.
Yeah, and then he's like Vera Farmiga's like we can talk about it. It's okay that you.
Yeah, she tried to do her therapy.
Yeah,
shit.
and then when Alec Baldwin brings up, he's like, you sticking it to the therapist, and he's like, oh yeah, my dick's working overtime.
Well, yeah, he overcompensated. And was
Exactly,
Like, oh
like
yeah, can't get enough.
Yeah,
like,
he's
oh, yeah.
overpromising.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man baby making factory.
Yeah,
My name's
sure.
Matt Damon. I went to Boston.
You think he can't get it up because he like just can't live with himself with all the shit?
He's probably
going
really torn between her and him.
Yeah, like it's almost like he's going through the opposite problem of Matt Damon. Oh my God, Matt Damon, DiCaprio. They all sound the same.
Yep.
It's like
Damon,
Damon is
DiCaprio.
going through the opposite effect of DiCaprio. Like DiCaprio's like breaking down mentally, but he's still like physically there, while Damon is like breaking down physically, but like mentally he thinks he's still there.
It's almost like it's a story about the descent of both sides of a coin. It's insane. It's never been done before.
Well, not in
But-
2006. They didn't even have airplanes back then, Michael.
It's been so,
That was
it's
like
been
a
so
lot of
done.
years ago.
It's been done before, I promise. Also, airplanes were a thing in 2005. They did show, like, he couldn't get it up. So it's kind of like, not an excuse for her to get it elsewhere, but, like, it is something
No, it's an
nodding
excuse for her
towards
to
her.
get it
It's like
elsewhere. Especially if the
oh,
elsewhere is
she
DiCaprio.
it really pointed the fact that she wasn't happy at home, but she told him in one of their therapy sessions earlier in the film that you have to make a choice. So she had made her choice and she was sticking to it.
Right.
But
I guess that
at
makes
the
sense.
same time, she's still, going off the reservation, so to speak, which.
And obviously she's in love with Leo, but she had to turn him away.
I mean, I
She
gotta
bawled.
agree with that. Yeah, she was a mess at DiCaprio's funeral.
I think she loved him, but she couldn't be with him.
I
She
think
made her decision.
I think it wasn't enough time to say she loved him.
Well, but she had a strong feeling that she was into him more.
But him dying
Imagine.
made her think about what they could have been,
Yeah.
which was even worse.
Yeah,
than
she turned
what
him
they
down to
were.
be with the rat.
Well, they
but
didn't
she
share
could
a
have
lot
been
of
with the
time.
rat.
They're both rats.
Yeah, but she could have been with the better rat.
Who was better though?
Matt Damon, because he's
No,
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was not better.
I just
Yeah,
mean
he
like
was better.
morally, like
Morally, I'd say at least DiCaprio was on the right side of the law. And
Was he though?
He was
Because
trying
he
to find
shot
out.
someone in the knee, beat the fuck
Only
out of
'cause he-
people, was witness to
Yeah,
murder.
he was a savage.
He crossed the
Listen,
line.
Matt
Listen.
Damon was a pussy. Okay, I don't know if
Listen.
I'm allowed to say that word anymore, but
You're
I'm a woman, so I'm allowed to say
Don't
pussy.
Ever say that again. This is America.
No,
He's
no,
acting like a
no.
pussy.
Hold on. I had a good point here. No.
Doubt it.
DiCaprio only hurt criminals. He punched out that dude's teeth. He shot that other dude. He was obviously
He slept
doing
with
heroin.
another man's fucking wife.
Yeah, but that dude was a rat. It
And
doesn't
she came
count.
on to him, just
Yeah,
saying.
seriously. She was like, "Hey, come over to my house in the pouring rain."
No, he showed up. Every time he showed up uninvited.
No, she was obviously texting him on the side with her burner cell phone like
No.
everybody
No,
else
she
had.
had the doomy eyes.
In this movie, they just showed
She
her
definitely
texting.
had the doomy eyes.
She had the doomy eyes.
Michael, she had the doomy
No,
eyes.
it's a litigious society. You have to get verbal consent.
No,
Yeah, but she had.
back in 2006,
All you
there
needed was
the
the
doomy
eyes.
eyes. That was a law.
I thought it was just pubic
was an
hair.
amendment.
You had to have pubic hair.
No,
And then it was
no.
legal.
2006 was the era of shaving. Everybody was
She's gonna be
smoother
like, weren't you
than a
in
seal.
like Titanic? I really like
Yeah.
that movie.
It's
And
like,
then
Rose may
he
have
had to
let you
remind her
drown,
they
but
were
I
filming
won't.
a different movie. She was like,
Like,
oh,
oh
fuck.
shit!
Fuck, it's not
Don't
even
let me-
cold. I brought my parka.
Don't let me go, Jack. His name's Billy. Oh shit!
You're also in a
Take two.
gangster film set
We're
in
in
Boston.
Boston now.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
We're in Boston.
You're
Pack the
fucking
cat.
Boston. Pack
The
cat.
iceberg will get us, Billy. No. We're not on the set of Titanic.
Where's the music? Play the violins more.
Someone bring in
Bagpipes.
Celine Dion.
Only bagpipes in this neighborhood.
Oh jeez.
Well, yeah, it's a Boston neighborhood.
Oh.
But yeah, was there anything else in the
anything
movie that you
else
were confused about?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
No, it's just like.
I mean,
again,
we can go through it beat by beat, but
No,
I
no,
feel
no.
like this movie's just all over
No,
the
no,
place,
no.
and we don't really have to.
It's definitely all over the place. I think it's just more of like, I don't fully understand Costello being
Okay.
an FBI informant. Like, to who and or whom and when and what is he informing? If he's leading this whole thing, is it all fake? Was the coke fake? Is everything fake? I don't know.
No, so I assume he's an FBI informant to kind of give up some of his competition. Like, you kind of like turn your eye to some of the coke that I'm doing,
Is
and
it
you
like-
arrest that guy for his coke.
Is it like Fisk?
Yeah, he's like
Okay.
Wilson Fisk.
So he like leads a bunch of shit, but he's kind of
yeah.
just giving
So-
a little information.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like he's almost like taking pressure off of himself and he's putting it on to other people. He's like, all right, hold on. I know you saw me bring in like 12 bags of coke, but that guy brought in 13 bags of coke. So go check him out first, and you kind of let me go this time.
And were they implying that had any correlation to why they couldn't find him for so fucking long, or like?
Well, that's why, when DiCaprio goes to meet with Queenan at his house, and he's like, hey, you ever wonder why every time this case goes federal, it doesn't go anywhere? It's because every time it goes federal, I'm sure Costello gives another name out or gives some other bit of information, and it kind of like makes them drop the case for now.
So
I think it's more he's that useful because they even said they literally title and picture of the guy, and then and then at the end is Jack Nicholson. They're like the rock star Costello. So they're permitting him as a necessary evil, to use that underground position to keep America safe, because they 100% do it, and I'm glad they do it because they're two different planets, the law-abiding citizens and the underworld.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to have deep invested stuff. So they're like, someone's gonna sell coke. We'd rather it be our guy that makes sure no bombs get across. Like it's the lesser evil, but the FBI is gonna shoot those cases down because it's more important. Because they won't control the next guy that pops up. It's gangs are like organized crime. It's a hydra. Somebody else is gonna fill that power vacuum.
Right.
So and I think that's another reason why he'd been doing it so long. They're like, oh, he can do it for 50 years. Well, yeah, he's got an insurance policy. He's working with the FBI, and that's why the chips were fake. They were like, we need to bait these guys on American soil, get some surveillance. We need good pictures.
So you think that whole deal was just him giving people up to the
was
FBI?
The proof that he was a FBI informant, and that's why. So he was still working. He wasn't worried about turning the phones off or being himself. No Dickie, no laundry. Like, he was just blatantly racist. Fuck you. Like, he was doing business with them, and it visually and verbally, audibly sounded like he didn't want to do business with them.
Right.
So it felt like it was... And then the other thing is Matt Damon said, these guys are with you, like his guys in his department, not the FBI. They're with you. You can't do it. And that's why he's like, get rid of the fucking tail, and hangs up. Because he's like, this isn't on your level.
Yeah.
I'm in the majors for this deal.
Right.
So that's why he's like, get rid of the fucking tail, because we don't need non-FBI, the small circle seeing, we don't want anyone seeing into that.
Right.
So it was like, and then he was like, I also want to know why you guys bring automatic weapons. And he was talking loudly and confidently, like nothing can go wrong because I've got, Big Brother watching.
Right.
Yeah,
Not medium brother.
Were the guys standing up on the second level when they were doing that deal? They were like watching everything, but they were watching from behind of the. They would
have been in an adjacent building set up or down the street, like close enough for a signal to go.
Who were they? Were they just more of Costello's guys? Do you know what I'm talking about?
They were the FBI.
Like you mean
that was the FBI?
So he's an FBI informant. So the FBI set up even more in secret because they need this to go through. And that's why those fellas were allowed to escape, because the FBI picked them up later and it wasn't in the paper. They were like, they didn't know we had a fucking, we had a Navy.
Yeah.
So he's like, they left the only way that the peasant cops couldn't follow them, type thing. And then they probably picked them up on the water, which would be way easier for like the Navy SEALs to do, because that's who you get when you're at like the FBI level type thing. So
I'm just saying, when
explaining
when they all escaped and Alec Baldwin just beat the hell out of that camera.
Oh, he went nuts! It was great.
The slaps and the punches.
Who the fuck set up the cameras in this place? Oh, I'm sorry. Who the fuck are you?
Can I speak to you over here?
I'm the guy who does his job. Who are you?
What?
Yeah, so
I love all those moments
Oh my god. Hold
of
on.
like just getting punched and slapped in the face.
I wrote down. Where is it? I wrote it down.
Do you want to go through the quotes?
Oh yeah.
There's so many good
Go
ones.
through the
No,
quotes. 'Cause you'll be able to get a couple bites out of this
90%
bullshit.
of these are Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, no. All right, here's a good Mark Wahlberg one. He's talking to the FBI informant, and he's giving the whole spiel about, Costello, and, they got people on the inside. And he says, without asking too many questions, do you have anyone in with Costello presently? And Mark Wahlberg says, Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
It's a good one.
All right.
It's a classic.
That's good. What about the one with the mother?
Because that's what he means.
Yeah.
Like that's what he means. He's like, I was polite twice.
Yeah.
Go fuck
Like,
yourself.
Stop asking me
I already
stupid
told
questions.
you once. I wasn't. You can't have access to my files.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Here's the one about his mother. So he starts on this big spiel. He says, "Okay, my people are out there. They're like fucking Indians. You're not going to see them, and you're not going to hear about them except from me or Captain Queenan. You will not ever know the identity of undercover people. Unfortunately, this shithole has more fucking leaks than the Iraqi Navy." And then the leader of that group says, "Fuck yourself." He says, "I'm tired from fucking your from fucking your wife." He says, "How's your mother?" "Good. She's tired from fucking my father."
I think it's funny how he says the Iraqi Navy would have leaks. You can't have leaks if you don't have any water.
Yeah, you don't have a
So it was like, while it was funny and we get it, you can't do it because there's no water there.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Here, read this just last one.
Which one? Do I have to say with Boston?
Yeah, you gotta say...
The whoa, whoa, whoa?
Yeah, say the Dignam line, because that's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come on,
Let's
give
say
me-
you
give
have
me your
no
best
idea
Boston.
and leave it at that, okay? No idea. Zip. None. If you had an idea of what we do, we would not be good at what we do. Now, would we? We'd be cunts. Are you calling us cunts? Did you just want me to say cunt?
Yeah, no, that's literally all I wanted to say.
All right. I think that's the maximum times that we can say that. I said it 3 times.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
pretty
it.
sure. Yeah,
There's no rules.
Honestly,
That's
the dialogue in this movie is one of the reasons why I love it. It reminds me of like
Criminals. That's how criminals talk.
yeah, no, I'm sure that's how
typical.
criminals and cops talk. No, like it
100%.
reminds me of like the kind of like fun like snappy dialogue from like, you know, one of the Guy Ritchie movies like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels or like something like that where it's like these like quick little like quips and it's like, you know, the cursing and all that just like kind of elevates it to
Snatch.
that next
Yeah.
point.
I will say, like, the little quips and the jokes
Yeah.
are hilarious, and it doesn't feel like it should be because it's such a serious
like this movie is like dour and like sad, but
right,
like,
but I was laughing
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole
And they
time.
just-
There's a dark cloud over the whole film,
Yeah.
and it's
yeah,
funny.
like they're
Like, they just do stuff that's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
like here's a quote from Alec Baldwin. Like they're setting up for their big you know, sting operation. They're trying to catch him in the middle of this big like chip deal or whatever. And you know, he's super excited and he's talking to Matt Damon and he's just like, "I'm gonna go have a smoke right now. You want to smoke? You don't smoke? Do you?" It's like, "What are you, one of those fitness freaks, huh? Go fuck yourself." Like,
Go fuck
like it's
And he's already got like the sweat
Yeah,
marks
like,
on
you-
his
you
shirt.
can-
like he's already sweating through his shirt.
yeah, like you
He's
can
just trying
see
to
it
calm
in
the fuck
all of
down.
the characters. Like they're all amped up, like they're all ready to go, and they're like, like when things start falling apart, like every character starts losing their mind.
Yep.
And like that should have been a dead giveaway of who the rat was, because like Matt Damon was like huffing and puffing like he was upset, but like he wasn't getting to the like level that Alec Baldwin was or like Captain Queenan was or like any
Right.
of them.
Like he was staying like a little too calm.
Yeah.
But there were a few moments where you could kind of see it slip up, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
He's like, "Oh shit, did I really want, you know?"
Yeah, like when what's his name? His boss says like, "Yeah, we got a lead on the rat," and he's like, "Oh yeah, who
Yeah,
is
like
it?"
I feel like he was being so suspicious throughout
Right
the
there,
entire
that
movie.
scene.
Like, you know, like he's talking to Vera Farmiga and she's like, "Who's on the phone?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, my you know, it's my boss and he's got laryngitis and he, you know, it's
Well,
an
he
epidemic."
tried to lie. She called him out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I
Like,
mean,
"You're
you can't
lying."
lie
He's
to a
like, "Well,
psychiatrist.
You know, he's like, well, just, you know, I can't tell you everything about work. Trust me, you don't want to know. She's like, well, just say that then.
Yeah, see, like
I feel like that showed their progress after the therapy
whole
session with
ED.
DiCaprio, where she was
Yeah.
like, oh, like or when they're having coffee, she's like, well, not problems. Well, everyone has their ups and downs, like every relationship.
Right.
No, this is a serious relationship.
right.
Kind of showed them.
So it's almost
getting
like
back on the
her
good side.
admitting, like, yeah, no, there's problems in my stuff, but like
It's the stuff I
everybody's got
chose,
it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, unfortunately, some of us have working penises, and we're not like Matt Damon.
Well, I
who
mean,
Michael idolizes.
They
apparently.
showed that everything was working properly.
I mean, I'm just saying, we never saw Damon and Farmiga get it on, but we did see DiCaprio and Farmiga get it on.
Well, that's just to
Just saying.
reinforce the part of
That
the
he's
film where
better
it wasn't
than-
work.
yeah, that
where,
he's better.
Where his stuff wasn't working.
Yeah, but she got pregnant, and I'm assuming that.
I'm
it
pretty
was...
sure it was DiCaprio's
Yeah,
baby.
I mean, they made
No,
up
I
for...
thought it wasn't his.
They made it a point to show that they had gotten past that as a couple.
Right, and it was like
Wait,
a
do you,
while
do you
later.
think that was Damon's kid?
Yeah,
I
I-
always thought that was DiCaprio's kid.
I thought she only fucked him once. I thought it was like a
I
one.
You can
thought
still
that
get
was
pregnant
the-
off of just one
I
time.
know, but it also seemed like a while later, just like perspective wise in the movie.
See, I thought like, you know, she wanted to like play it off as Damon's kid to kind of like fix the relationship. Like, no, your dick works fine. Don't worry about it. This whole movie comes down to like whether or not Damon's dick works. But like,
It's
I
not
think,
exactly, but okay.
I think DiCaprio was the father of that kid, and she was kind of playing it off like to make the relationship stronger or make it feel like Damon was part of it.
She kind of
She broke it off after
She broke
that,
it
though.
off. She was like,
Yeah, so
You know, I
like
can't be
maybe
your
that
friend.
was like her guilty, like
But she-
no, I'm gonna commit to.
You think that's what she was crying over at the funeral?
Yes.
Is that she was pregnant with Leo's
Yeah,
kid?
that she knew it was his kid.
That's stretching it.
What if?
Well, I'm
how
just
would
saying.
she know though? How would she know really?
Because
like,
if Damon's dick doesn't work, he obviously can't get her pregnant.
But yeah, then she shows him that she's pregnant. So
He would've
obviously they were
been-
fucking.
Because she's trying to make the
No,
relationship work.
No.
Like,
How can if his dick doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way his semen can get in her vagina and get
exactly.
her pregnant.
So
if-
she's
he would have
lying
been
to him.
suspicious.
How the fuck would he not understand that that
Right.
it couldn't be? No,
but
that's dumb.
at the end of
That's
the
fucking
movie,
dumb.
you know, when she finds out that Damon's the rat, she's just like, and I thought I was the liar.
Yeah,
And, like,
because
goes
she
in the
was
room. So what
sneaking-
if she was lying?
She was sneaking around.
She was
and
sneaking
got
around.
pregnant.
No,
Oh,
because
I don't
come
know.
on.
that's stretching it so far.
Anybody.
Because if
Let
Matt
me
Damon
know.
hadn't had sex with her in 9 months, which the
Well, I'm not
the-
saying he didn't have sex with her.
Then how if he didn't have sex with her, if he couldn't get it up, and that's the whole fucking thing of the film,
Okay, so
then
he
she couldn't have
got
gotten pregnant by him, and
he
that was a
duct
death
taped
sentence
his-
for her to
would've-
show him
he
that
got
she was
some rubber
pregnant.
bands and a popsicle stick, and he got his
Nah.
dick.
It's so easy to get erectile dysfunction pills. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, so
From her. She's a doctor.
Well,
They
yeah,
fixed
but
the
he's-
dick not working problem.
Everybody knows rat's semen doesn't work.
No, I just,
Well, it did
That's
because
not-
she got pregnant, and it was either by one.
I mean,
or
I'll
two
totally
rats.
take the back seat to this. Like, if you guys think it was Damon's kid, then it's
Well,
Damon's
Damon didn't
kid. But
shoot
like
her.
for some reason,
she
I
was
thought
the only one that survived with the baby.
yeah,
you can assume.
because he thought it was his. Like she didn't tell him it was like she did anything with DiCaprio.
No, but there's no
Yeah.
way that if his dick doesn't work, she can get pregnant. So she wouldn't have told him. She'd just gotten that
she
taken
would've-
care of.
Yeah, she would have hidden it.
She'd have
or
got
something.
no. She'd have got that. She'd have killed the baby. It's a movie. It would have been.
Well, what do
way
you think I
shorter.
mean by she would have hidden?
Gave
Hidden.
it to her aunt.
No, she would have hidden the evidence that she was pregnant and would have got taken care of. Yeah, but no, I
But like, do you see where like
I
my
get
kind
it.
No,
of
it's just
theory?
fucking stupid. That's
But-
all.
yeah, I don't think it's
'Cause,
Leo's
like-
kid. I
like
think she
they
just
they
had a
only
thing
had
for
like
him.
one night together. She couldn't
Yeah.
have gotten that attached in one night. So when she's bawling her eyes out and can't even look at Damon in the face, like even if
That's what I'm saying. She was thinking of what they could have been.
yeah, they could have had a kid together.
Maybe it is
Eh?
his kid. They never specify.
Don't take his side because you're fiancés.
No, I just mean
no. There's no.
No,
I
she's just
I'm
trying to
taking
drop
the
this
middle
and-
road,
There's
and I'm trying to move on.
The middle road isn't agreeing with Steve. or
No, the
telling
middle
him
road
he
is
could be
saying
right.
I don't know. It could be either.
No, it couldn't be either because if
I-
they weren't
I-
fucking and she was pregnant,
I
he'd have
already
killed
said
her.
I don't think it's Leo's kid, but you know, rewind this like 5 minutes. I was on Michael's side. I'm just
They all
saying.
heard it at home.
I don't know if it matters much. Okay, well, but can we talk about the ending?
Yeah, let's talk about the ending.
Because it is a fucking shit show of insanity, and I was surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
at the
no. Well, give us your first impression. Like, first time seeing the movie. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought I was rooting for Leo. I
Okay.
thought he had the high ground. I thought he was somehow gonna get out of there.
It's over, David. I have the high ground.
I thought he was gonna take out Damon and with his evidence and everything. Takes him down the elevator. And then, of course, the elevator doors open. I was like, oh, something's going to happen. And then he got popped in the... I was not expecting him to get popped in the head.
So, there's a little bit of trivia I learned from this movie. So, every time a character's about to die or they're, like, destined to die throughout this movie, there's X's placed behind their heads throughout
Really?
the movie. Yeah, so this is something...
That's cool.
It was, like, a little bit of, like, trivia I looked up before we watched it.
Thanks for letting us know before we watched the film,
Well,
so we
they
could have
wouldn't
any
be as-
idea what
it
you were
wouldn't
talking
be as
about.
surprised. But, like...
I didn't notice it.
So,
I have
yeah,
to
we're
watch
so
it again
surprised
now.
we don't
So
give a
you
fuck.
can kind of
Crazy.
see it behind DiCaprio all through that elevator scene. There's like duct tape on the wall behind him,
In
and
X's?
it's in an
Well,
X.
they also made it a point to show the I forget his name, but the black officer, him and DiCaprio.
Oh, what's his
the last
name?
time they were shown together, they were running,
yeah.
and then they made a point to show the elevator taking quite a bit of time to go down each floor.
Yeah.
Like it showed longer
floor.
than normal elevators, so it kind of alluded to the fact that he'd be down there waiting.
Right.
And I think it showed some cunning on Matt Damon's side to like make sure he's not looking at the door when it opens, type
Right.
thing. Because it almost seemed like it made it where Matt Damon had been in that building before and DiCaprio hadn't.
Except for that one time he was there earlier.
Yeah, but it just made it seem like he wasn't there, which
Right.
is what he was the narrative he was trying to pull off to his gang members later
So
or earlier.
after that, so he gets popped by Costello's?
Yeah. So
Groupie.
he ends up getting shot by Matt Damon's partner.
Who Costello also had in his
Yeah.
pocket.
So he was another informant who came up through the ranks with Damon. Damon didn't know he was an informant until that final scene where
But-
he shoots Leonardo.
They don't ever say it 100%, but when he's grooming Matt Damon,
Yeah.
there's other kids
Yeah, there's
there.
other kids in that area, so it kind of
shows like, hey, he's not the only one. There was like 5 kids around that car while they
Right.
were in the garage talking.
And then, so everyone gets shot.
Yeah, so Damon's partner shoots DiCaprio. Then he tries to get Damon free. The other cop comes down the stairs, and Damon's partner shoots him.
He was already there. He shot
Yeah.
DiCaprio on the head.
No. Damon's partner shot DiCaprio in the head.
Yeah.
And then the black cop comes running down the stairs, and he gets popped by Damon's partner because he's like, "What's going on?" And he sees DiCaprio down on the floor.
Right, yeah.
And then he shoots him from the elevator.
And he was like, you think
Yeah, he's like,
I'm
"Do you
the
think
only
you were
one
the
Costello
only
had?"
informant?" That
And
Costello
then
put in.
he's
the
like, let me see
FBI.
that, and he has a rag out to wipe the prints, shoots him.
Yeah, shoots the other informant. So now
Everybody's dead.
Damon thinks he's scot-free because, DiCaprio's dead, his partner's dead, and the other cop's dead
But-
who may have been able to link, DiCaprio to being an actual cop.
Costello's been doing it for 50 years, and again, he had a fail-safe
Right.
where his lawyer contacted him about the tapes. And
Yeah, and
all that kind
again,
of
this
stuff,
is
so.
this movie really reminds me of like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch, where everything
twist.
kind of
Yep.
hits at the end. Like there's multiple storylines going on at once.
it all hits at the end, but lands in a
Right.
different place.
Exactly. Like while Guy Ritchie's movies kind of tend to end like funnier and like more like uplifting, and it's kind of like a
This
slice
one's
of
just
life.
a
This one's
somber tale, which
yeah, like
makes it good.
Who directed?
Everyone dies.
Martin Scorsese did this
yeah.
one.
So that's why it's
Yeah,
so good.
like I mean, he's known for like his gangster stuff, right? Like he
Yeah.
did the Irishman.
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah.
That just came
and
out on
a
Netflix.
shitload of stuff before that.
Maybe eventually that one will be an episode, but that's
We'll
a
have to take a whole
3-hour
day
movie.
to watch it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna forget everything that happens in that. I don't know how you make a. Well, I mean, Endgame was 3 hours long, and I sit through that.
But yeah, I mean, it was really entertaining just overall. I mean,
Yeah,
the ending was a little crazy. I think there were 2 shootouts. People got slapped like every other 5 minutes, and then like,
Yeah.
it was just a lot of like people beating each other up,
Well,
and
it
like
all escalated too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
all the emotion, the amount of detail we knew about the characters, the violence. It all was on a ramp.
it started
up until
building
the
and
end,
building.
and then there was none.
Like, I'll
Yeah.
definitely say for what was this, like 2.5 hours of a movie, somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm like, the movie kind of flies. Like, they cover
yeah.
a lot in that runtime. It's like one of the few movies that I can watch, and I'm like, you don't really feel the runtime.
No, it
Like,
didn't
there's-
feel like a 2.5
There's some of
hour
those like
movie.
longer movies. Like I'll even say with the Green Knight that we did, the other week. Like you kind of felt that runtime
Yeah.
through some of it. Like it started getting a little slower and a little more
And
kind
that's
of like
just
out
that's
there.
just Martin doing
Yeah,
doing
and
his
then
thing.
you get this movie, 2.5 hours or however long the actual running time is. I didn't write it down, but like it's beat after beat after beat, and like something's constantly happening, and like I swear like that last like 45 minutes of the movie is nothing but like a panic attack for
Well,
like every character.
Yeah, and like
it's
the
insane.
whole movie is just
Yeah.
like there's no scene longer than like 5-10 minutes. Like
Yeah, they're
the-
all very quick.
they're
I think
they're
the-
really
announced.
short.
The longest scene is in the smut theater.
Oh, like
That's
towards
like
the middle.
longest the camera hangs out.
I think
anywhere.
that kind of feels.
Besides the funerals. But
Yeah, I mean, like that
Maybe
scene
that was
kind of felt like the turning point of the movie.
where
Like-
both our characters are sitting in
Well,
the same
at that
room.
point, everything could have gone fine,
Yeah,
and a
Or it could've
completely
gone
different
down.
ending.
right.
And then when he looks up at the camera, it's kind of like he has access to that camera. He's looking at himself. He's making these decisions.
right.
And then you see everyone make decisions that clearly impact the rest of the film and how each character survives or doesn't survive, or how they, pass is
Right.
decided
Mm-hmm.
then, all by clear actions. And then even the gang member that gets shot and tells DiCaprio, "Tell me why I didn't tell him. Tell me why." I
Oh, was
didn't
he
tell
an
him."
informant too? Like,
No,
do you
I
think when
thought
they
it said-
announced that he
Well-
was a cop,
well,
like he
it just-
actually was a cop?
Costello's been doing it for a long time. He explains, he's like, the cops want us to think that, so I'll stop looking for him.
Right.
That's 100% something they would do.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
can see that as a
That was
thing that they
completely
would do,
reasonable.
but like if he didn't rat DiCaprio out, do you think he actually was a cop and he didn't want to sell out another cop?
Maybe he just had a thing for him.
Like,
and
they were
he-
just, like,
but
good
they were
buddies.
just kind of like
And then
friends.
they made sure he had
sandwich that one day.
they
I'm
made-
paying you back for it.
Well, he interacted with him outside of the sandwich shop,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they showed him dicking around for a while. So it was
Yeah.
just kind of like, well, no, he was just kind of, he was here the whole time
Right.
at the gang bar,
Mm-hmm.
being the doorman type thing. So it was just kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so many aspects to this movie. I feel like, the more you watch it, the more you're kind of like trying to find more stuff in it.
and like
And,
this
like-
time, like I paid attention. Like I don't think I realized that it was they played the same song throughout
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the like intense moments of the car ride.
Yeah, the Dropkick Murphys song.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, no, that was
They
perfect.
played that. And then the poem he said about the Irish poem
The Irish poem.
that Jack
it
Nicholson.
it shines in her hair.
yeah, her silver hair shines.
Yeah,
For something McGee.
yeah. No,
Mother,
I don't.
not mother. But
I don't know Irish.
yeah,
I just know that potatoes are really tasty.
I had never like. You were more focused on what was happening visually behind
Yeah,
it than
like,
the poem over top. So This time, like, I actually listened to the poem, and I was like, "Oh, cool! It's like an Irish."
Yeah, like this.
Get back to his roots.
This feels like one of those movies I would like to go back and like watch with like subtitles, just so I get like some of the dialogue that I missed, because I was like too distracted by everything else going on that like
Yeah.
I missed some of these lines.
And that's what you want. Is
Well, yeah, and
for
like
both the ears and the eyes to be completely
yeah,
engaged
and like
the whole time.
the some of the Boston accents are like
Just
some
too
of the
much.
words.
I grew up
come out a
with
little
people
gross.
from New England, so
Oh yeah.
I don't need something.
No, you grew up in
Oh
Canada.
yeah. My dad's from Maine.
Yeah,
That's
but
New England.
But
bro,
Michael's from Canada.
he's from Canada,
which is touching Maine.
yeah, but you
Oh.
sound like this there, eh?
Yeah, you're from
Right.
Canada.
Hey,
I think
buddy,
we have like an hour and 40 minutes of me not sounding like that.
Would you like a maple glaze there, eh?
Yeah.
Maple glaze.
Oh,
Yeah.
but so The Departed is just referring to everyone because they're all dead?
I'm assuming, yeah. Like the
Is that
the
the
title of the movie basically describes every character at the end of the movie.
You're
Yeah.
departed. You're departed. You're
And
dead.
I like how they don't ever show the woman again, or what happened to the baby. Or
Yeah, no.
they're just like,
Yeah,
Because
she
like
was in the
Damon
funeral.
asks her at the end, he's like, "What are you gonna do with the baby?" Or like, how's the baby? And she just ghosts him and like walks right past
Wait,
him.
when does he say that?
So
the
at the
funeral?
funeral, yeah, when he kind of like breaks off and he's standing by the tree, and she comes over and he's like, "What are you gonna do with the baby?" And she just kind of like ghosts him and walks off. So like,
excellent
like,
time to
fuck
ask about
you.
that, by the way.
Yeah.
After a funeral.
yeah, I mean, dude,
Excellent time.
it's like he
Circle
thinks he
of
didn't
life.
do anything wrong, or she doesn't realize that he did anything
Or
wrong.
she hadn't talked to him
Right.
in 3 days.
Yeah, and he's just
That
like,
was the only
"Yeah,
time we
well,
saw
no,
her."
we'll make it work because we have a baby." It's like that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
You kind of got her actual lover shot and killed.
The one she truly cared
Yeah,
about.
because everyone knows DiCaprio's better than Damon. Proven.
Well, any other final thoughts, I guess?
I don't know, Michael. What was your final?
Great film.
What would you?
You can't be fucking stupid and
Yeah.
understand it. So I like that.
Well,
part
I'm
of it.
stupid
No,
and I
I mean
kinda
that's
got
what
it.
you said last week too.
What?
Or the last episode.
the
If
Green
you're
Knight?
stupid, you'll
You're
get
like,
it.
"Oh, if you're fucking stupid, you won't understand."
Yeah, well, that's most
yeah.
American movies.
no,
Yeah.
like this.
Don't be
I
a
don't.
fucking idiot. You get
Well,
it.
but what is your actual opinion of it?
Oh, it's a great movie.
You would recommend this?
Obviously, it's The Departed.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
No, it's The Departed.
You got to say it right.
It's The Departed.
There you
Of
go.
course, I'm
The
gonna recommend it.
All right, how about
You
you,
son of a
Danielle?
bitch.
For your first time
Yeah,
watching, what would you say?
Well, from a woman's perspective.
Yes, yes. Give us the
Nobody
lady's
gives a
perspective.
fuck.
No. I liked it.
You liked it. Good.
There's gonna be some ladies out there who are like, oh my god, this is a dumb action movie. But just if you just watch it, it'll be funny. I promise. I liked it.
It's a good film.
It is a good
With
film.
Yeah.
I was
not
talking to
that
my
much
ladies
action.
out there who are like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch this.
Yeah, you
Everyone's
heard it
Yeah,
here,
seen
folks.
our like
Everyone's seen the
5%
movie.
female audience probably.
Everyone.
I'd say 1.5%.
Yeah.
That
And
I'm here. It's gonna be mostly women.
they don't even know what you look like, dude.
That doesn't
Oh,
matter.
that's true.
No, trust me, they won't fall for that
Yeah.
voice.
Okay.
But yeah, I
You're
liked
doing so
it.
much
I
better,
would
Steve.
I would want to watch it again
Oh, fuck.
because it is a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a lot to take in on your first view.
100% on purpose a movie with rewatchability.
Right.
Yeah. No,
It's
I'm-
Scorsese.
yeah, like
You're
I'm
gonna
definitely
watch it
on the
again
same boat with
because
you
they're good
guys.
fucking movies.
Yeah, like I would definitely recommend this. Like this is probably one of my favorites. Like especially in like the gangster films. Like I don't normally go for them. Like I don't really enjoy The Godfather, Scarface, like all that stuff.
What about The Gentleman?
The Gentleman I love, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a future episode. Stay tuned.
jeez.
No, but this is definitely one of those movies where the story's great, the characters are great, the acting is great, like the scenery's great. Like,
It's all great.
So
it's
overall,
perfect.
It's
it's
great.
a Martin Scorsese film.
All right. Well, I haven't seen a lot of his films, so I don't want
You
to.
have, though. You've seen
No.
most of them.
Nuh-uh. I think this. Well, maybe this is the only one. I don't know what else he's
No,
done
this is 100.
outside of The Irishman, but I didn't watch that.
No, Scorsese.
Well, we'll look
no.
up a list and we'll go through
Yeah,
it.
we'll whatever. I mean, whatever. It's
You've
Martin
seen
Scorsese.
most of
It
what's
was a
on
good
his
movie.
list. It's fucking dope movie.
It was a good movie. You heard it here first. I mean, I'm probably not.
No.
But you heard it here first.
It's from 2006. If you
Everyone-
heard it here first, it's good.
Everyone from the Every Film in the
Movie's
Book
16 years old.
cast.
We're not
recommends this
recommending it.
movie.
Everyone's already seen it.
No,
Everyone's already
So
seen
to
it.
the 10 people out there who haven't seen
No,
it, go watch this movie.
Everyone's already seen it.
I haven't seen it until now. So there's got to be
Yeah,
10
there you go.
other
There's
people
got to
out
be
there.
somebody else out there who
Yeah.
hasn't seen The
To
Departed.
the 10 people who
sorry.
haven't seen it.
The Departed.
Yeah, and to the 100 million thousand whatever everybody else in the whole world who's seen it, go watch it again and tell us what you thought this time that you watched it.
How fucking terrible.
Leave us a comment.
Yeah, let us know what you thought about The Departed.
Write a
not
10-page
working those-
essay on a
We're not
review of
working.
The Departed.
Fucking leave a comment.
No.
into the
I don't want
actual
comments.
content.
I want a
I
10-page
want a
essay
10-page essay.
No
on
way.
why you like The Departed.
What's our
No
email?
way.
It's EFB
Podcast
at gmail.com.
Give me a 10
So that's
word essay.
EFBpodcast at gmail.com. Give
Yep.
us a 100-page essay assigned by Danielle.
On why you like this movie.
Times New Roman, 12-point font.
It's due on Friday.
Due on Friday.
Next week.
Whenever this gets released,
Yeah.
the following week on Friday, I
Yep.
want a 100-page essay.
All right.
Well, I don't want it. Danielle wants it.
All right. Well, I think
No
that's
one's
it.
gonna read that essay. But
I'm gonna
we'll
read
keep
it.
forever.
We'll make
put it on my
Michael
wall.
read it on air
Yeah.
as a fun
Oh,
little
I'll-
tidbit.
I'll read the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to hear Michael read a full 100-page essay on The Departed and why it was perfect,
Then please write one and send it to
yeah, to EFBpodcast at gmail.com. Anyway, from all of us at Every Film in the Book, have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
You want to say goodbye,
No,
Michael?
I'm not
Bye.
saying anything. I don't like
This
any
part's
of those
gonna
people.
fade out anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Michael doesn't say anything.
Did we do a podcast?
I think we did.
Was that a podcast?
I have enough in there.
And great.
Thanks.